Welcome to the Stage.
I'm Chandra Pepper.
I'm Jane.
And in this episode, we are going to hopefully talk about all things we did great as moms.
In other words, epic fails.
And who knows where we're going to go from there.
And as always, please, if you enjoyed this, like it,
share it,
and send it to your friends.
Follow.
All those things.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's really afternoon. We've spent so much time talking. And before we begin, we have one thing to announce. Jane's recovering from a sickness and is going to cough out a lung. So we say sorry for that. She's probably going to start any minute. She has a pillow to cough into.
I will try and go over
And two, we have a new segment starting today.
Yeah.
Our segment is Finish This in One Sentence.
Which will be really fucking hard for us.
We're challenging ourselves. I need to drink water.
It's not vodka.
I'm not a vodka girl.
Really?
Beer. Yeah, no. I used to be, not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so our new thing, because we try fun new things.
Yeah, well, you know what? This is a process of evolution. So
we're just
if you've been with us for a while, thank you for the evolution. You're going to see some changes coming up because we're trying to grow.
Trying to grow our little tiny podcast.
Into something not so tiny.
Into something big.
Yeah. But in the meantime...
You know how they say big dick energy? I'm going to say big podcast energy. So
yes.
We're BPE.
I heard another one.
I don't really
main
like
character energy. Main character energy.
Okay, yeah, that
I like that one. I learned that one from my daughter. Main character energy. So I don't know where it's
instead
like
of big dick energy.
Yeah, I like main character energy.
I get it. Anyways, in one sentence, we've decided we're going to answer. Each of us is going to answer this in one sentence, and this we have to finish. I knew it was over when. One sentence. Jane. What's your, I knew it was over when? So start the sentence.
I knew it was over when my boyfriend cheated on me playing strip poker with a bunch of people and I didn't really care.
You didn't even care. That's so awesome.
That's too bad.
That's a hard one for me. Okay, hold on. I'm so bad at knowing when things are over.
This is the hard part. It's one sentence. I know my brain was going, how do I say this in one sentence?
I knew it was over when I heard we need to have a talk.
Yeah, those are words no one ever wants to.
I'm not going to go into that. It was after another breakup before, and then but that's when I knew it was over.
Yeah.
We need to have a talk.
The 14th time, it's like we need to.
And then I'm
talk.
like, I remember turning to him, going, "Oh fuck, are you kidding me,
really?
you asshole?"
Oh,
but that's more than one sentence,
right?
So we're not going to get into that part. So many. She's got a cough into her pillow.
Every time I laugh,
she can't laugh, and we've decided to laugh more.
Oh my god!
But today's topic, as we get cozy, is when did you? You know what? We start talking about. Hey, you know when you lost your kid? When
this is embarrassing to admit. I think every parent who's had a moment. I can't. Okay, not every parent. We've both had moments.
Screw it. Every parent has. Do you know what?
Lost track of your kid for a bed.
Or those I just won Parent of the Year moments of when you're like, oh my God, I'm the worst parent ever.
Oh my God. Let's just preface this by saying our kids are awesome. They turned out great.
Oh, they're in their 20s and they're grown up.
They're so good. So none of them suffered any irreversible consequences as a result of our Mother of the Year awards.
I'm just saying not yet.
I'm sure. Therapy, but
my kids probably should be in therapy from the things I've done. But okay, so you
my
lost your child.
Oh my God!
Let's start with lost your child.
So we were staying at a cottage, and it was like not a cottage. So I was with my extended in-laws, and they'd rent 3 cottages in a row. So all the families and all the grandkids could come together, and there was kind of a central cottage. And then these 2 side cottages. And we were in the side cottage and we'd put our kids to bed. And because we wanted to socialize with our brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Kids are in bed. It's time for grown-ups.
Exactly. Yeah. And but I was like, but you know what? They're still little and I don't really want to leave them there, even though I'm just next door. So I put a monitor on the
Oh, you're
room.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, Except
I
that,
never even did that.
except that I noticed that the monitor at one point when I looked over, the bed looked empty.
Oh, a video monitor.
Video monitor.
Oh, I thought you meant just a sound one.
Um,
Okay.
And I was like, there's no child in the bed. There's no there's no child in the bed. And I
Was it your first middle?
middle.
Okay.
And I honestly, he's the one I lost track of the most. It happened like
Second
oh my
borns,
God,
man.
like 2 or 3 times. He just if you've had that experience, you know what happens. You just like panic, and my cortisol went through the roof, and I literally screamed. I ran next door. I tore into his room. He's not in the bed. I thought maybe the video had like, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's not in the bed. I'm like patting the bed down. I'm screaming at my husband going, where's he? Where's he? Oh my God. And it's like a cottage country in the middle. Like it's dark out. There's water. There's all, I'm just like,
He's dead, obviously.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Of course, that's where my brain went. And I was just like, So we're tearing around the house. We're screaming his name. The other 2 wake up.
Well, yeah, because you're screaming.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's okay. Obviously, I'm not okay. And then I don't know what made me think of it, but I checked under the bed. He'd crawled under the bed and had fallen fast asleep. All that time I was screaming, didn't hear it. He was still. I was just like, I remember seeing him. And I just like grabbed his legs, and I was just like,
grabbed his legs. The kid wakes up being yanked from under the bed, thinking there's a
Because at that point, I just needed him in my arms.
right giant monster just got him.
Oh, poor kid. And I was just like, oh my God. And he's just like kind of going, what?
That panic, eh? And you can't get mad at the child.
No, of course not.
No.
You want to say, don't ever do that again. But they didn't do anything like horrible. He felt more comfortable under the bed than on it.
Yeah, Hannah. I mean,
So
I didn't have 3 kids, so I only had 2. But second born Hannah was always the one who would cause me panic because I couldn't find her. And there's a couple. I mean, she would walk away. She would walk away in a crowd. I didn't approve of leashing children, but
I know.
she's the one that made me go, it wouldn't be bad if she had something attached to me and her.
Yeah, you look at those parents and you go, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, she would just go la 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 la. So the worst one was she had just learned, she was I guess 2.5, learn how to undo the back door. So I'm like, oh, like you had to. We lived in a small town, but our backyard was very big. But so she could easily go that way and not be killed, just be lost. But we were on a main road. So it was the panic, right? And we didn't have we didn't have the fencing in yet. So I ran. She was playing like a good little girl, playing with her toys. And I went, I'm just going to run down in the living room or her toy room, which was near the back door. But playing. And I was like, I'm just going to run. I said, Mommy's going to run downstairs and change the laundry over. So I was just running down, putting the load of wet into the dryer. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Up. She's not playing anymore. I'm like, Hannah. And when Hannah was little, if I got out of her sight for more than, I timed it once, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, I would get, Mommy, where are you? I learned to hate, until you hear it all the time. But, and so I'm like, Hannah, where are you? And I'm like, nothing. The door's open a crack. I am fucking freaking out. I am running up the stairs, running downstairs, looking in her bedroom, everywhere. I'm freaking. I'm like in tears. I have the phone in my hand to call 911, and out of the corner of my eye, something moves. And she is hiding. There's a brick wall, and there was like her toy room. There's like it was a funky brick wall, and then there was a little, because there used to be a chimney.
Oh yeah.
There.
Okay.
So there, a little recess.
Yeah.
She had moved things to be in front of her, and she was playing hide and seek with Mommy and didn't tell Mommy we were playing hide and seek. And when I went, Hannah, she said, peekaboo. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to kill you.
Imagine that peekaboo was probably peekaboo.
No, she had no idea.
No.
She was very happy.
Were you yelling?
Yes, but she was playing hide and seek, so you don't make sounds at hide and seek.
Oh my God.
We had learned because we played with
course.
Kara. She has an older sister. Like, she was so excited that I couldn't find her. Oh my God, I thought I died. That's the first time.
Yeah.
But she's the one, she was also sneaky. She's the one that would go into my purse and We had to go to church back then. I'd have peppermints for, church mints. She knew they were in there.
Wait. Church mints?
It's a Christian Reform thing, Dutch mints, which I enjoyed the Dutch mints. I didn't enjoy the church. You'd eat a mint. You'd put a big, because they're giant, huge peppermints. You put one in your mouth at the beginning of the sermon, and hopefully by the time the sermon was over, the peppermint was over. I usually would go through 3 because I would chomp them.
Wait. The Catholic Church had nothing like that. You got mints for sermons?
No, we had to buy our own.
I know, but still, it was allowed. But everyone
knew. Everyone
unwrapped their mints up. Imagine I'm just thinking from a director's point of view, the entire audience.
Well, I mean, obviously... No, I'm not even going to get into the ministers there. But anyway, she grabbed my king mints, my little roll of king mints, went under the dining room table, pulled all the chairs in tight. So all the chairs were, and ate them. And I'm calling her. She wouldn't answer me. So she was done the mints.
All the mints.
She would also do that, climb underneath there, color on the bottom of the table.
Were you panicking that time too?
But that was after the 911 almost call. So I did know. I did know to look a little bit more.
Because she was playing hide and seek.
Yeah. No, she was my sneaky one. I was like, you're the one who's going to climb out of your bedroom window. Yeah.
Oh my God. I had another time with Hugh where he was just started school and they were taking the bus. And so we would walk him to the bus, put him on the bus would go away, come back. Oh shit. Sorry. I'm just going to peel that. The bus would pick them up and then drop them off. And then I went to the bus stop to pick up the kids, and he wasn't on the bus.
Oh, I hate that.
And I'm like, where's your brother? Because Thomas was on the bus. And he's like, I don't know. Because he was 7, right?
It's not his job.
Not his job, right? But I'm like, wait, why? Woo? And so he's like, I don't know. And I'm like inside, like just all of a sudden going, and of course I didn't want him to freak out. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. Mommy's going to walk really, really fast on the way home. Okay. So I'm like, we get home and I take off like a shot. And because I figure, I'm trying to think like my son, he misses the bus. So he's probably trying to walk home because he's an independent guy. He's like going to figure it out and he's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's a long way. It's a bus ride distance and it's a busy street. And I'm just like, oh my God. And so I tear all the way to the school. I run the whole way. I'm looking every direction, every street, everything.
Yep.
And I get to the school and they're like, he's not here. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean he's not here? He's not. Tear all the way home. I somehow missed him on the way there.
Oh, he was walking home?
Yep. He walked home. I think he walked with some other family members, so he wasn't by himself. I didn't know that. I just knew my kid was walking home.
And we didn't have cell phones then.
No.
There's not a lot of cell phones. You got to remember that. Remember that, everybody. We didn't have cell phones when our kids were just growing up.
He was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I remember. And so I came through the door because I'd asked John to stay at home in case he showed up. And when I came screaming through the door, he was there waiting for me. And I just fucking fell apart. Like I grabbed him and I just started sobbing. I couldn't contain myself. And he was like, it's okay, Mommy, I'm right here. And I'm just like, don't ever do that again.
Oh my goodness.
I get weepy just thinking about it now. It's the most terrifying feeling I've ever experienced. I don't think anything comes close.
I don't think any parent has not had that moment of, where the hell is my child?
Yeah.
Because you keep an eye. Like, I'm not an irresponsible parent by any means. And I used to work in daycare, so I know how to scan my surroundings and always know where all the 12 kids I'm in charge. But you have those moments of, if they're not in an enclosed gated area,
I know.
Where'd my child go?
And I keep thinking about the people at the school. I'm like, why wasn't anyone tracking the fact that they didn't get on the bus?
That's the part I would have liked to
And
have
you know what?
known.
It's long enough ago now that my memory is a bit foggy on it. And because it was such an emotional cortisol filled level, there may have been details to that story that I can't remember now. But oh my God, I remember the feeling though of coming through the door and him being there and me just fucking falling apart. Because I was so relieved and so terrified all at the same time,
Yeah.
Oof.
It's just, I just think of when my kids were little and all the stuff, like the stuff that you do because you're trying so hard to be the best parent ever. And when these moments happen, I mean, I would just learn to just laugh and go, okay, you know, like after the crisis had passed, like I'm not going to beat myself up that
No, and
we got too drunk in the hot tub and we,
oh my God.
you know, Kara got a black eye.
Okay,
and
we're gonna get into the really embarrassing ones now.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. Well, it's not embarrassing.
Next
Come
level.
on. You know what? We had Trevor had just put in a hot tub. We had our friends over that walking distance, and we would often do Sunday barbecues. Go, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And we would just go, what do you have in your fridge? You know, like an impromptu thing, because our kids were all the same age. We had a drink. Like, we weren't pounding them back.
Right.
It was a Sunday. We had a drink. What I didn't know is when you're in the hot tub having a drink, you get drunk
Pretty fast.
very quickly.
Right.
So me, I get drunk in one drink anyways. I can't really drive after one.
You're lightweight.
But I think Trevor and his friend, our friend, they were on their second or whatever, but no one really, until you get out of the hot tub, you're like,
yeah.
So the kids were playing catch, and Trevor jumped up, and he was just like, he's just teaching the kid. Kara wanted to play with her new baseball mitt. That's my oldest. And, you know, he's like, hold it up high, hold it up, hold it up to make sure it covers your face. So you don't, he's telling her, like he's doing all the, and of course the kid goes, what?
Oh, no.
Moves her hand out, and the ball hits her in the eye.
Oh no.
We're like, can anyone drive right now? Does she need to go to the hospital? Like, she didn't, thank goodness. She did just get a little black eye, but there's that moment of how bad is this injury?
Yeah. And how
do
bad
we
of a parent
do
am
we
I that
need to get her to the hospital? And
do I need to call a cab?
you know, and you feel like what a loser. Like, we weren't pounding them back. We were being responsible. We still had to cook dinner. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it was one of those. And then you know what really made me angry?
What?
Maybe I'm warped. I was so excited she had picture day. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to have that black eye picture. Because come on, is that not the best picture?
God, that's hilarious.
Best picture ever.
You want the black eye picture? Oh my God.
1 year. You got to have that 1 year where the picture's a little wonky. And because the photographer knew me, he didn't take her picture. He went, oh, I'll wait and we'll do retakes. I was so mad at him.
Oh my God.
I'm like, come
She
on,
would have
Phil.
loved that picture as an adult too.
That's what I knew. I'm like, come on, this is one of those classic, when you have
it's
no
an
teeth
iconic
or
moment.
black eye. Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
And yeah, I was so
Not that we
disappointed.
celebrate our kids
No, I
getting
didn't
black
give her
eyes,
a
but
black
if you
eye.
got one, it's a great photo op.
I didn't give her a black eye because I knew picture day was
That's
coming.
the other thing though, is when your kid shows up to school with a black eye, don't you worry like, oh my God, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Like,
no, because I personally was so accident prone. I'm sure my parents, like, if it was a 70s, so no one give a shit about how your kids showed up. Because I know looking
my
back,
God.
so many kids in my grades who were abused and
like
show up.
us as Gen X kids, we got broken bones and like every member of my family, everyone had stitches and or broken bones. And it was just kind of a rite of passage. Like that, everyone ended up
and
some
think
kind
about
of
it,
accident.
and no one questioned the parents.
No.
I mean, maybe some teachers would, but no
Maybe
one
they
did
should've.
anything. Well, no one did anything back then. We didn't have the children's aid that we have now. We didn't
No,
have.
they did. It's just there was a different level of tolerance.
With you had to be seriously that parent has to have basically living on the streets kind of thing. There wasn't as it is now.
No.
Right?
Well-
so, I mean, because the teachers would hit the kids. I remember in grade one, my teacher taking one of the students and turning him over her knee and smacking him. It just instilled so much. And that was acceptable. And the sad thing is that child was, as you learn as a teenager, as an adult, even talking to him, I met him as an adult, he was in an abusive household. So he's not even going to go home and say anything to his parents because that's normal for
he's
him.
Getting abused at
Like
school,
if I
he's
went
getting
home,
abused at home.
if I went home and said, Mommy, my teacher gave me a spanking because I didn't do this, she would have lost her shit. She would have run. She would have gone to that school and said, what the hell? And I'm
Your
saying,
mother would have.
my mother.
Oh.
Now, my mother gave spankings. I'm not saying we weren't a spanked
we were a
household in the
spanking household
house,
too.
but the teacher has no right to spank.
No.
My mother would have lost
I
her
think
shit.
it has to do with where you went to school. Where did you go to school? It's in the country.
Very country, yeah. But
You
she
see-
was my grade one teacher.
No
was
one got
from
spanked or
England.
hit in my
she
school.
She still had the British accent.
Oh, the English.
She
the
chewed.
English.
Well, I mean that's it. She was the British.
English.
Yeah, they
John went to a
paddled those
oh
babies.
my God!
Yeah.
John went to school, his first little bit of school in Australia.
Yeah.
And they would wash the kid's mouth out with soap. And
Did
they
you
would
ever get your mouth washed out with soap?
No, did you?
No.
No, he said it was
should
traumatizing.
now.
It was
someone should do it to me now,
Oh,
but I'm
no,
not.
they shouldn't. Fuck that. We should say what the fuck we want.
Oh my God. This is sick, Jane, everyone. She's
I've had so many drugs.
her energy level is sky high and she is on
And
a roll.
I'm sick.
You're so ranty. I love it.
Am I ranty?
No, but you're very, very like,
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
There's no
Well,
apology.
the thing is, you should not be spanked unless you want to be spanked.
What?
You're a grown-ass
Yeah.
woman.
I remember Kara. I remember when Kara would she would push my button. She was so good at it. She one time, and I was at your wit's end.
Yeah.
As a parent, the wit's end. And I was like,
did you spank?
no, I didn't.
See, that's the thing. We both got spanked, but we never did.
But I have. But it was like those super rare, like insanely rare moments. My kids probably like, "Nah, you spank me all the time," but I don't remember it that way. But if they're not even listening to this. I think Kara listened to one. She goes, "Oh, Mom, I started listening. It was all you were crying about me," and I'm like, I couldn't pay attention. I'm like, whatever. So, Kara, I said, Kara Marie Mulder, if you do not, Mommy is going to spank that butt. She showed me her little butt. I remember she was on the stairs, and she goes, she was wearing a diaper. She went, "Go ahead, it won't hurt." Did I want to then throttle that child? Yes, I did. But I did not, because I am a good mom. But I remember thinking, this is why parents beat their children. I remember having that thought of going, and this is why parents do it.
Yeah, they lose their shit. I'd never for a second
would
approve a parent laying a hand ever. And I understand how it happens. I remember Hugh accidentally clocked me with his head. I was trying to get him dressed one day, and he hit me so hard I saw stars. And my instinct, of course, was when I get hit, I go.
Yeah.
And so, but of course, I had enough in me that when the urge came to kind of, I took it to the wall, and that was the one of the times I put my fist through a wall because it was like, and then I didn't hit the kid, but. I feel so bad because I hit his wall and I broke his wall, and he was like, "Mommy, you broke my wall."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It was just an accident. I just didn't know what to do with that
said
energy."
I would never spank. Like I was like, "Oh, I went to school for this," and I know, and there were, and I'm not proud. I am so not proud.
No.
But it was like, very few and far between.
I don't think it should ever happen. But if it does, under certain circumstances, you can have to forgive yourself.
I do. Yeah,
parent,
and
we're not perfect parents.
And I always would go to my kids and say,
Apologize.
"Mommy, overreact. This is not acceptable. I am so sorry." We would have a talk.
And apologize.
And I'd say, "Mommy, we'll try and do better." Like I admitted when it wasn't like, "You deserve that."
No. Never. Does
It
a
was
kid
never a deserving.
No. You're the adult in the situation, and it is sometimes. I think that time with Hugh was probably the closest I ever came. But I certainly did lose my temper more than once.
Oh, I lost my shit. Oh, my kids, like sometimes my voice didn't scare them anymore. Especially when I was going through the end of the marriage, when I'm just so frazzled beyond belief.
Oh my God, I can
like
imagine.
I had those, and those were the years when I probably wasn't a really good parent. I actually know I probably wasn't a good parent. Kept them safe. I loved them, but because of the guilt of, I know they're witnessing that Mommy and Daddy are not good together, and they would ask me, "You and Daddy going to stay together?" And I'd say, "We're trying very hard." I never made the promise that we would, because I'm not going to lie to my kids.
Yeah.
But I would say, "We're working hard, and we still love each other, and we don't know what's going to happen, but we will always love you. And I'm sorry." I would say stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably let a lot of things go. So a lot of behavior slide. And then I had a friend go, "You can't do that." And I went, she was right.
Yeah. But here's the thing too. Like, I think we need to give ourselves some acknowledgement for having been raised in, like, I got spanked right up until I was in grade 6, like.
Ooh, I didn't.
Yeah. No. And it was.
Did you get threatened with the
strap? We had a box. We had a box that said the strap. And it was kept in a drawer in the kitchen. And my dad would come home, and if my mom was at her fucking wit's end.
Is that like, I feel like it's like behind glass smash when child is bad. Which
And I literally have this very visceral memory,
Oh my
and
God.
I had to have been less than 5 because this
Oh
was in
my
our
God.
first house. And I remember Sarah and I were jumping on the beds, and we had 2 twin beds, and we'd jump back and forth and jump back and forth.
Oh, yeah, that
and
game's great.
They'd come in and they'd go to bed, and we'd be back in our beds already going, we're in bed, we're in bed, we're in bed. But we'd get right out of bed and start going again. Second or third time, I heard him coming up the stairs. He must have made his footfalls deliberately heavier, and you could hear it with the strap on his hand like this, and we were just like, whoa. He didn't hit us. I never got hit with that thing,
But you were.
it was the threat of it that was enough. It was terrifying.
We had
Terrifying.
the wooden spoon.
Oh, really?
We had we were
I feel like
threatened.
the wooden spoon would be like easy peasy.
Well,
This was a
you know
leather
what?
strap that was like half an inch thick.
Okay. But as a child, Jane, the wooden spoon is still very scary. And then we had what my parents would call the regulation spanking. That was the wooden spoon on a bare bum.
Ooh.
I never got it
Ooh.
because, and that was the threat of that was like my parents.
The
We didn't-
regulations.
We got spanked, but we weren't spanked for every little thing. Like
No,
my
no.
parents were.
No, they spanked when they lost their shit.
Yeah. And yeah, it wasn't just, oh, you haven't listened to me spank.
No.
But my youngest sister, she got the wooden spoon, and she one time I remember got the regulation spanking. But
Why do
she
they call it a regulation
I
spanking?
don't know. I just
Regulation
remember
spanking
I
sounds
just
so
remember
official.
regulation spanking just made us go,
That's so wild.
yeah,
That just kind of blows my mind. They had a name for it.
it was, yeah, that was the big threat. And when I think, my mom would say when your father gets home, but when I think of it now, my dad was like probably not. My mom was a disciplinarian,
Oh, yeah,
but she
no.
would threaten my dad. So my poor dad, who's probably like,
Come home.
come home and he's tired, and she's like, you're gonna have to go, blah blah blah, because I don't think either one of them wanted to
do it.
deal with it.
Oh,
They're
for
like,
sure.
so they both.
But the
were
line
like-
was crossed. They know there's something needed to
but
happen.
we didn't. Like I remember getting yelled at, and then I'd always get in trouble for laughing because I always laughed when I got.
I know, right? It's the worst.
And I remember when my kids would do that, and I would just, like, part of me would go, oh my God, I remember my parents, and part of me would laugh because I knew what that was like, and then we'd end up laughing.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, oh, I'm terrible. I'm the worst mom.
No, you're not.
No, but I mean,
that's
as
my
a joking.
point. It's like as Gen X kids who raised with like a whole lot of like stuff like that wasn't made very normal. And like I want to go back. Like I didn't get spanked regularly. I can count on one hand the number of times I got spanked. But the problem was the last time I got spanked, I was way too old, and it was in front of my friends, and it was because my dad lost his temper because he had spent all weekend wallpapering some walls. And
Did you color on it?
worse. So there was like an octagonal
I
room.
automatically thought of peeing on it, but you're a girl, so it'd be hard.
I was like, I don't know, 10 or 11. And I had discovered that each wall made a different sound when you hit it with the back end of a screwdriver. So I was making music on the wall that had been freshly
At
wallpapered.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have lost my shit on you.
So he came
At
home
10. I
after
could see
spending
at
all
5.
weekend,
At 5,
and I
but
had
at
tears.
10?
It had like 1-inch tears all along the wall, every spot I'd hit.
And
it.
you honestly
I
did
didn't
not
notice.
see.
I had glasses. I couldn't see.
Oh, right,
shit.
you were blind. You were
I was
blind.
totally blind. I could not see that I was creating this damage at all.
Little blind Jane was
Little
doing
blind Jane.
sensory hearing things.
God. And I understand why he lost his temper, and he apologized.
Because you're
He was-
10 years old. You should know better.
I should know better.
You should
but I
know
didn't
better.
see what I was doing. I didn't see that I was creating any damage. As far as I was concerned, it was just cool music. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyways, I look at that and go, you know what? I never did that. We never did a lot of the shit that our parents, like I got smacked around by uncles and aunts because, that was normal too,
Oh, no one. The only people who spanked us were our parents.
Did I get smacked around? I have this memory of one of them. You know what? They didn't smack me, but they yelled at me. Yeah.
I had an uncle who,
No, he didn't
who
smack me.
would
He just yelled at me. He scared me shitless.
Yeah. My grandparents would they would discipline a little bit more one set than the other. One set. Did you always have like the one set that was a fun grandparent?
Oh, totally.
Like I had the one grandmother who was like, when she came over, it was junk food, junk food, junk food, junk food, do whatever we want, junk food, junk food. And the other Nana, who was like, let's eat healthy and let's do this. And I loved both of them the same. But I remember when you're really little, you're like,
Of course.
Grandma's bringing me donuts from Tim's, which was a big thing back
Of
then because
course.
Tim's was new.
course.
And Nana, who would bring us those like school workbooks that you could like
Oh my God.
trace to do your alphabet, which I also did love because I was that nerd. I was that nerd.
You were that nerd.
I was that nerd. I loved it. Made me feel smart.
You are smart.
No, I know, but when I'm talking as a kid,
I know.
it made me go, look at me, I can finish this. Look at me. And I was like, look at me, I can do this. And
See, that's good. I want to be both. I want to be
Yeah,
both.
I
I want to
wanna
be
be
both
both.
fun grandma and like, hey, let's get some creative and interesting.
I can already,
shit
I
done.
would be fun. I am that. I could be that. Yes. I'm not near my like Rich has 4 grandsons. Well, he has 5 now, but 4 live in Alberta.
Oh.
And I am a fun Shasha, but I know me because I've seen
Shasha?
it. Shasha.
Nice.
Shasha. Grandma's old.
I don't
I'm
think
not
I
being
want
a
to be called
grandma. No,
either.
no. And to be honest, they have grandparents, like they have grandmothers. Like I love them like they're my own biological
Of course,
grandbabies.
of course.
But I do recognize that it's like they have grandparents, and I don't want to disrespect any grandparent, right? So Shasha came. A lot of kids would call me Shasha because they couldn't say Chandra.
Oh, of course.
So there was an
came
old, it
propaganda,
was an
like-
old family nickname from a guy, from John, and he used to make fun. I used to hate it. Don't
John
call me
who?
Shasha. John Agnew, like my friends of my parents.
Okay.
And I loved him so much. He was so much fun. And he'd always go, "Hey, Shasha," and I used to go, "Don't call me that." And it was our joke, right? Like
Right.
all through my childhood, teenage years, adulthood, and then Amy, when my sister had her daughter, Sophie would call me Shasha. And I went, it's kind of cute now.
It is
and so
cute.
now I'm like, you know what?
I think you actually do want to pick your grandparent name, and it's
Mm-hmm.
actually something I'm gonna have to think about. I haven't, my kids are nowhere near that, but
I
don't
don't
want to
think
be
my
called,
kids I'm ever going to be anything. But they both said, I'm not calling you Shasha. We'll call you. I'm like, I don't care as long as it's not grandma, nana, nanny, granny.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything old, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not interested in those monikers either.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law is called Maba.
My aunt Maureen, we didn't call her Aunt Maureen. She was just Maureen.
Right.
My mom and dad were Bob and Wendy. They like, don't call us Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah.
Pepper. And like to kids, like we grew up, we were taught to call someone Mr.
By
and
their
Mrs.
title,
unless
yeah.
they were said,
Yeah.
you can call us this.
Right.
But
no, I
and
think-
my
I think-
my mom and dad, and I'm the same way. I do not like being called, like when I taught musical theater
Yeah.
in a dance studio, and I wasn't doing dance musical theater where they do a dance to a musical theater song,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a different kind of dance. It was an actual, we acted, we sang, we danced, like they actually sang it. So musical theater. But I'm in a dance studio, and even my dance teacher, my favorite dance teacher my whole life, I had from 4 to 21, there was no Miss, like I was not Miss Chandra. I've had people want to call me Miss Chandra. I'm like, no. Even when I was in the school system, I didn't want to be called Mrs. Mulder. I was still
I
married.
know.
I just say, just call me Miss M.
Right.
Because that just made me, I couldn't say call me Chandra.
I think you have a right to say how you want to be addressed.
Yes.
I've never gone by Mrs. Watson. Even when I'm in the schools, I introduce
What do you go by?
myself. I say I'm Mrs. Watson. I prefer if you call me Jane. And it's to the high school
Well, in
kids.
high
even, I'm
school,
like,
you can.
Exactly. In high school, it's different. But I think though, going back to what you said, if you want to be called a certain thing as a grandparent, I think you get to determine that. I don't think everyone else gets to tell you what
Well, no.
get to be called.
Because my mother wanted to be a Nana.
Okay.
She wanted Nana. We all went, yeah, that's great, Nana.
Yeah.
Because that was her mom. Her name is Nanny.
Her
And-
actual given name?
No. What the kids all call her is Nanny.
Okay. Oh.
Because the first grandchild, we
Couldn't
were like
pronounce
Nana,
it.
Nana, Nana. He kept saying Nanny. And to my mom didn't want to be Nanny because that was like her grandmother, who I remember Nanny. She was alive when I was still born. And I have insanely vivid memories as a very small child. So I was 2 years old. I know that house. I know that voice. Don't touch. And I was just like, I didn't touch. But I,
So she ended up being Nanny.
the first one
The
just
first one
kept saying
determines it.
Nanny.
Oh, that's really good information to have, actually, to know that the first grandchild kind of
And
sets
what are you
the
supposed to
precedent.
say to the small baby? No, that's not my name. Fuck you.
I know it's tough. It's tough.
And you know what? And now she loves like nanny has a totally different connotation.
Yeah.
So as much as I
guess it's a combination of
yes,
what you
as
want to be
much as
called and what
I
they
would
can manage
hate
calling
being
you.
called granny nanny, but
I'm
if the kid
thinking-
says it, I'll
I'm
be like
thinking more of the adult children who've had the child, like that they call you by that name as well. Like if you've chosen Nana or whatever, that they introduce you that way.
but that's what
They did. That's
That's what
I'm
they
saying.
did.
So
Yes.
they got close. Is my point.
He
but
got-
if someone,
he did
if
as
your
much
child
as-
wants to call you something completely different, I don't think that's cool. I
My
think you get
dad's
to
name
choose.
is Grumpy. And he asked for it. Because my mom's father was
Grumpy.
Grumpy because if I remember correctly, my cousin, so my mom had 5 and she had 5 siblings in her family and she was the oldest and she had me so young that her youngest brother was only 9 years, like my uncle's only 9 years older than me.
Okay.
So his kids, who are my cousins, are technically around niece and nephew kind of age for us. But when the first one there, and British accent, because he immigrated with my grandparents. This is a long story to England. He was
Get to
still
the
16.
fucking
So
point.
anyways, with her little British accent, she was trying to say grandpa, but came out kind of grumpy, and it came out grumpy, and then grumpy, which was kind of fitting for I called him grandpa. He was grandpa to me, but then they were grumpy. And then my dad was like, I want to be called Grumpy. He thought that was brilliant, and he loved his father-in-law. Like he had such respect for his in-laws. My dad loved my mom's parents, and they loved my dad. So,
I'm actually going to have to think about this because it's not happened a ton in our families, but there is this division of who gets to be called. But John's father was pretty wordsmith, and he actually his name was Alan, so he asked for Grandpa Alan. So he was Grandpa Alan.
Oh, Grandpa Alan.
Grandpa Alan. I thought that was brilliant. And Maba was. Do you ever remember? I'm pretty sure this is accurate. John will correct me if I'm not, but it's that TV show, the Fat Albert.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
Hey.
Yeah, and there was
Fat
one of the
Albert
characters on there that was, "Hey, Maba Shaba,
Maba Shaba.
Maba Shaba," and
Yes, I remember
she
that.
became Maba from Maba Shaba.
She wanted to be called Maba,
She got
or
called-
how did it happen?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get the origin story for
That's
John, but she's
hilarious.
Maba from Fat Albert's Maba Shaba. That character.
Well,
who used
my
to say,
sister-
"Maba Shaba."
my
I think
sister-
it's fucking brilliant. It's such
It
great-
is,
It's
it
great
is.
lore. I want good lore.
Yeah, my sister's called so she has godchildren, and when they had kids, they what are we going to call it, Amy? Like what are and they had this whole conversation and kind of like an aunt, but a great aunt. But Amy's like me, I want to be a great aunt. She's Gaga.
See, I love that.
She's
Gaga,
Gaga.
Gaga. It's
She's
brilliant.
Gaga, and she's great aunt Gaga. Gaga, and there might be something or great. No, not great aunt. No, sorry, I lied. I thought it was. I think it's great Amy.
Oh, I love that even more.
Gaga, yeah.
I love
so
that even
anyway,
more.
so then I'm sure.
See, this is an
I'm thinking
opportunity.
when her kids have kids, I think she will be Gaga to them. I'm not sure.
See, this is a great opportunity because I've had such a plain ass name my whole life. So my name, Plain Jane, I literally got teased in school.
Yeah.
Plain Jane with no last name. That's what they would call me. Plain Jane with no last name.
Kids
'Cause
are
that's so
dicks.
original.
Kids
Or
are
they
dicks.
come up to me and go, "Where's Tarzan?" Anyways, I had that shit. But Plain Jane.
You
So
know
I
what?
got
That's
that a
actually
lot.
not bad because do you know what my name? Like, come on, let's not even talk about being named. My last name's Pepper.
Yeah. Okay.
So many. So
Okay.
like poor Plain Jane with no last name. Give me a fucking break. My first name was Chandra growing up in small town rural Ontario in the 70s. And my last name was
And it's
Pepper.
spelled the Indian way.
It's spelled CHA. So
Yeah.
it's technically Chandra. So when I go to a doctor now and there's a lot of doctors like this, we're very multicultural in Guelph.
Yes.
And they always say it the right way. They say, "Oh, Chandra Pepper." And I stand up and they say, "Chandra Pepper." I'm like, "I know I'm white." And they start laughing. They're like, they always go, "How did you get that name? Did your parents go to India?" And I'm like,
No,
no,
they're just
they're
hippies."
just hippies 1969 was in a baby book, and my mother wanted C8, like a soft C8.
See, like this. So my parents, because my maiden name was Beingessner, which is impossible to pronounce and say for most
But
people.
I just want to say,
they went
Beingessner!
exactly.
It's a German, Beingessner.
And so they were like, okay, this is a long ass last name. We're gonna give you guys all really short biblical names. So we all got short biblical. Mine's not really biblical, but everyone else was kind of biblical names.
Both my sisters have beautiful, from old novels. Amy Kathleen, Sarah Elizabeth, Chandra, Aileen. Now Chandra, Aileen is nice. I love my name. I do love my name. Yeah. But there's very old-fashioned, beautiful, old-fashioned, lovely names.
Okay, I know we're going, but just so then I married a man named Watson. So I have the most boring. It might as well be Jane Doe. There are so many Jane Watsons. There's 4 fucking million of them.
So you need a really cool grandmother.
I need a really cool grandma name because
Jujubee. I'm calling you.
Because there's Jujubee. What the fuck?
Because listen, Maba Shaba.
Yeah.
And you're Jane. So and then I was thinking Gaga for Amy. And then I'm like, I just came up with Jujubee. We're going to go to Jujubee's house.
I think there's going to be a poll.
It's either Jujubee or...
sorry.
We're going to go to... Yeah, stop coughing in the microphone. I'm sorry to everyone listening in the car because their whole speakers just blasted out.
So
and if I'm sick next week...
not contagious.
She's not contagious anymore. So Jujubee or... Hold on.
No.
I'm gonna I don't no this is bad because it sounds like MILF, but like muffalado, which is a really great sandwich. Muffy's house. Muffy. I'm trying to think of something fun to do with Jane.
Something a 2-year-old can say.
Jane, grandma.
There's gonna be a poll. I'm gonna put it out there at some point.
Grand Jam.
Grand Jam.
Grand Jam.
Grand Jam.
Grand Jam.
Oh, I like it.
I like that. Grand Jam.
Grand Jam.
Grand Jam.
Okay, for the moment, that's...
Or GJ.
DJ.
GJ.
But they're not going to be able to say that, GJ.
I'll teach them. Grand Jam or Jujubee?
Oh,
what do you prefer? I want to go for Jujubee. Because I think that's fun. Jujubee is like, who doesn't want to go to Jujubee's house? Oh, Mommy, can we go to Jujubee?
Oh my God. I want to be the fun grandma.
You said you want to be the fun grandma,
so
Jujubee.
Maybe it has to be Jujubee. Sounds like candy, like Jujubes.
We used to call them Jujubees.
Really?
I don't know why, but I don't know if that was a family thing or
I think it's a very Ontario thing, Jujubes.
Jujubes are so great. But then I remember calling, you want a Jujubee? So I think someone took the name Jujubes and added Jujubee because there's an E on the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Wrong. I know it's wrong, Jane. It was for fun, shits and gigs. Oh my God, English teacher.
Jujubes.
Jujubees. Your name is Jujubee, but with an I, like Jujubi, Jujubee. Just because that'll drive you up the fucking wall.
Because my initials are J and my maiden name's B, it kind of works.
Jujubee.